Barely made it. All right, folks. Can we trust Pam Bondi? A lot of stuff's coming out on Pam Bondi. I'm hearing a lot of things in the back channels about Pam Bondi. Whew! She's under scrutiny right now. James O'Keefe, Alex Jones coming out and speaking out about Pam Bondi. So she's been on film or on undercover, undercover camera, caught her talking about the tens and thousands of videos involving little kids with Epstein. Now, if you understand the process here, see, I'm still under the folks. I'm not jumping off the bandwagon just yet. I'm going to tell you this. I still believe this has to be done with surgical precision. It is an operation, and things have to be done in surgical precision, which I believe this is being done in phases. 𝗬𝗂𝗶𝗹 𝗠𝗲, Pam Bondi had to clean up all the dirty rats inside their organizations. That's going to take some time. Plus, looking at these videos, imagine you're the guy or woman that has to watch this shit. Little kids with Epstein. I mean, imagine and then you're seeing the powerful leaders and politicians involved, and you're sitting there going, okay, we got to protect the victims. I mean, I understand everyone's frustrated. Everyone wants something done right now. I'm one of the people just like that. Of course I'm like that. Folks, I was just on 𝗬𝗵𝗶𝗹 yesterday, and I enjoyed the podcast. I like 𝗬𝗵𝗶𝗹. I like what he represents. I like what he does. I don't know if I'm on board with hating all those type of people, just being against all of them. But, I see where he's coming from, and it was a very interesting podcast. But I got a feeling coming up in these next few weeks and months, a lot of people are going to get on board on bashing Pam Bondi. I don't know what James O'Keefe has. I don't know what he's told Alex Jones. I'm gonna try to find out. I'm gonna bring 𝗬𝗏 on to talk about this because he knows. He's told me some things that are happening behind the scenes. I'm gonna bring him on Nino's Corner.tv. You're not gonna want to miss this. We'll discuss everything Pam Bondi, and India, Pakistan. Oh, yes. India, Pakistan. I just had some good Indian food. I had some curry last night. Oh, yes. I had some good curry last night. I ordered some Indian food. I was in the mood. I was like, they're getting nuked, but I still like curry. Yeah. Anyway, folks, hit your notification button. Hit the notification button, dude. Hit it right now. We'll go surfing. So hit the notification buttons right now. If you like my antics, Venmo �D-Rod1977, �D-Rod1977. Folks, I keep bringing it every morning. If you knew what I was going through in my personal life right now, I'm like I put it on my ex. It's like a burning plane barreling down at 1,000 miles an hour with no wings, engines done, got hit with a missile, whatever, and I'm still trying to save it. That's a situation with my parents right now. It's two planes. It's just so heavy, man. It's so heavy, man. I don't think y'all know what I'm going through daily. And I still come on here and do what I got to do because you all keep me sane. You all are keeping me sane. When the lights go out on Amazon, when the lights go out. It's a boxing memoir. It's also about being bullied into champion. The Mexican mix. Does anyone even read anymore? Do you guys even read anymore, honestly? Or do you just watch videos on TikTok and YouTube? All our IQs have probably gone down 30 points. Mine, from the punches to the head. But, hey, that's a different story. Folks, get your noble gold. Get your noble gold. Here's the truth, the hard truth. You can't handle the truth. Every 6 years, your dollar loses half its buying power. That's $100,000 in savings today. It could feel like $50,000 by 2031. But there's a way to protect and preserve your money, and that is gold. Noble Gold Investments makes it easy to own gold or silver. No pressure, no call centers, just honest one-on-one support. I know Colin Plume personally. He's a great dude. I like this guy. Open a qualified account today and get a free 10-ounce silver American flag bar. You put that in your safe. Visit noblegoldinvestments.com now. Noble Gold Investments and get started. Where's my pen? I got crap. There it is. All right. So I had to mark down the ad so I keep track of it. How about Dan Scavino's Enter Sandman com on X? I like that. I don't know if it's Operation Sandman or I don't know if he's just trolling the deep state, like get ready. But I think it's a com. Now it's up for interpretation what you think it is, what it represents. Operation Sandman, the financial system. I don't know. I'll leave that up to you. All my Nino's Nino nice out there. X Nino Boxer, PatriotWear.com, Bing right there. Get to PatriotWear.com. I got some cool gear up there. I'm pretty proud of it. Michelle Christians, thank you for the Mother's Day flower fund and an XL coffee for you. Wow, I need that. I need more coffee. I'm fasting today, so yeah, I'm not going to eat till about 3 p.m. I'm going to go take my mom to a nice Mother's Day dinner. I got to wheel her in a wheelchair, but it's always a task. And my dad now, both in wheelchairs. NinosCorner.tv, folks. Leo Zagami is going to be the general in the General Tent June 26th, 5 p.m. You're going to want to ask this guy everything. He knows everything about this Pope, everything. So it's going to be very interesting to hear what he has to say. Look, I thought the Pope would be black or Asian. Boy, did I miss the mark, but did I? I guess we didn't. The guy, if you think about it, this new woke Pope makes a lot of sense. Makes a lot of sense for the globalists. He will relate to the American people. So it's an opposite opposing reaction to Trump. I think they changed the game a little bit. I think they went with this at the last second. I think they were planning to put in a black or an Asian, but I think they said, you know what? We weren't expecting Trump. Put in this guy. And they had him maneuver this guy. I think we were onto something. I think it was going to be, not that it matters skin color. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter to me. But I think it was going to be a black or an Asian, but they switched up. They threw a change-up pitch and put in this guy, but it's not. It's the same thing. Same thing. But the connection between the Pope and Chicago, we all know about Chicago. I think that's all you have to say about that. Also, I'm going to have William Schnebel, the 33rd degree Mason, on this month's General Tent. Boy, get your questions out for this guy. Dark stuff. Really dark stuff. So William is going to be the general May 26th, 5 p.m. So I got two outstanding generals, May and June the 26th, my sobriety anniversary. Trader Girl Q is on NinosCorner.tv right now and talking about the Golden Gate Bridge. Is that going to be the Black Swan event kickoff? Man, she makes a lot of sense. You may see her on X. She does a lot of outstanding posts. She does a lot of deep dives. She's really well researched, and she connects San Francisco, Golden Gate Bridge, obviously the connection there. She connects that. She connects the nets that have been placed. She connects the Zodiac Killer. She connects the Church of Satan and the Hannibal Lodge all together in San Francisco, puts it all together very nicely for my audience. And I got to tell you, folks, she took me down the rabbit hole, and I was just in disbelief. She'll make you a believer, believe me. Everything is numbers and dates, and all of this adds up. And who was the Zodiac Killer really? Does it have to do with the Church of Satan? Folks, you don't want to miss this. It's probably, God, every time I say this, but it's like one of the best podcasts I've done. It's amazing. So it's up there right now. Wano Savin, I'm going to try to get him today. Today, also, Melissa Red Pill's coming back on. She's coming on right after I get off this show. Bo Pony's coming back on. You know, I got to have Bo Pony. I love Bo Pony. He's coming back on. Mike King will be up on NinosCorner.tv. Daniel Brinkley. And guess what, folks? I finally did my in-person podcast. And guess who popped my cherry? Let's take a guess. Guess who I did it with first? Y'all are going to get it wrong. You're going to get it wrong. Yeah, you're not going to get it, but I did my first in-person podcast live in Austin, Texas, with none other than, drum roll please, Jamie Kennedy, folks. Jamie Kennedy from the Kennedy Experiment, Malibu Gangster, or what is it? Malibu's Most Wanted. Harold and Kumar. Funny guy. Good guy. Spent like a day with him, man. A day and a half with him, and it was really cool. Good dude, man. An excellent dude. He's an excellent dude. I like the guy a lot. Yeah, it's cool. All right, folks. You might want to turn it down or turn it up, baby. Yeah, here we go. Enter Sandman. Yeah. Coming at you live from the apocalypse, baby. Oh, yeah. Some of you might be at a coffee shop right now. Maybe at the library. No, nobody goes to the library anymore. What am I saying? Nobody does that. Want to give my love and all my love to my family in New York watching me. Love you guys. You're awesome. Love you very much. Thank you. All right, folks, let's get started here. Well. Pam Bondi's secret Epstein bombshell exposed. New Pope chosen to target Trump? I think so. You know, a lot of people are like, give the Pope a chance, dude. Give him a chance. You don't know this. Yeah, I do. I'm not playing tic-tac-toe here. This is not tic-tac-toe. Okay, we're playing chess on multiple levels. People that are playing tic-tac-toe, oh, come on, man, you got to give them a chance. You don't know what the fuck's going on, okay? Get out of here. Get out of my way. I got shit to do. So, first American ever. Everyone's hip, hip, hurrah, 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 hooray. Who cares? It's exactly what the doctor or the globalist ordered. Yeah, make him American. Say that he's a little bit moderate. Yes, that sounds good. Do it. Put it out there. Yes. Robert Francis. What a name. Whenever I hear the name Francis, I think of Pee Wee Herman's Big Adventure with the bike. Francis. Oh, boy. Cardinal-elect first U.S. pontiff. So, let's talk about Pam Bondi first. Let's get back to this in a second. I want to talk about Pam Bondi first because the holdup has been revealed, obviously. She's come out on a hidden camera that she did not know apparently allegedly she didn't know she was getting filmed. But I've told my audience many times this has to be done with surgical precision. This has to be done with surgical precision. Pam Bondi and 𝗀𝗃 Patel can't just come out guns blazing. Although, yeah, we all want that, right? We all want to see it now. We got to see it now. Instant gratification. Microwave society, right? But they need to first clean up the deep state scum within the DOJ and FBI, as well as the congressional swamp rats. So ready for this? Tens and thousands of Epstein videos involving little kids. Now that's disturbing. And this has been happening, folks, this has been happening for decades. This is just coming to the surface right now. It's not like this just happened. This has been happening for a very, very long time. Kids have been the currency, always has been. Remember my video I did back in 2020 talking about this? It's all happening now, isn't it? And I'm telling you, it's going to continue. They're not getting away with this. They're not going to get away. They're done. This is a spiritual war, and we win. And all these people, all these celebrities out there that maybe might be listening to me, you're going to lose. And you're going to go to jail for the rest of your natural life. You're a piece of shit. How do you like to look in the mirror every day and know that you're a piece of shit? Yeah. Bye. It's coming for you. I promise you that. Pam Bondi was covertly recorded on April 28th, revealing previously undisclosed information about Epstein regarding tens of thousands of videos of little kids to a complete stranger in a D.C. restaurant. And a new leftist pope has been chosen to stop President Trump. Two big headlines today. Two big headlines. So let's break it down. The woke pope. All right, it's too early to tell. on what he's going to be used for, but I'm betting it will be to promote open borders, okay? That's where I see this going. And this Pope, by the way, this Pope, here he is. Look at this guy. Oh, it makes me cringe already. And this Pope has been an antagonist, a critic of Trump, made many, many tweets about Trump's policies. So we can expect what angle this guy's coming from. What's the majority of Mexican in Latin America? Well, they're Catholics. So they're going to feel like they're in the right when this guy starts endorsing them and starts endorsing open borders. Every immigrant should come to America. Every immigrant should come to America. Why don't you let him in the Vatican? Take down those walls. You have bigger walls than we do, buddy. Yeah. Take down the walls of the Vatican. What do you say? Nah. No, we cannot have that. God does not want those people here. Right. Okay. So, but it's okay to come to America and have our tax dollars pay for it. Right, buddy? While you wear gold and shit. With that funny little hat. Yeah. All right. Oh, boy. So they do believe, Catholics will believe that the Pope was anointed by God, and they'll be willing to follow his instruction. Okay. Ransack America. Go ransack America. In my opinion, the woke Pope will be a direct defiance to Trump and will challenge his immigration policies and mass deportation at every turn. He's just going to be a headache. He's not going to be able to do shit. He's not going to be able to stop anything, but he's going to be a headache. That's my prediction. All right? Watch, I'm wrong. Watch, this guy's like fucking on Trump's side. I don't know. I don't think so. He was put in place to be a defiance against Trump, to control Trump, oppose Trump. So before he begins pointing the finger, folks, just remember I said this. Tear down those walls at the Vatican, Pope. You do it first. You do it first. And let all the Muslims come in. Let them all come in. You tear down the Vatican walls and let all the Muslims in. How about you take in some immigrants, yeah? You want to take them in? You start. Lead by example. Aren't you supposed to lead by example? Take off the golden ring. Give it to a poor kid. Let him go buy a fucking sandwich. I don't know. You'll never do that. And 𝗬𝗂cia James is in the news too. And if you've seen Detective Sean Taylor on my show, you know he's been there investigating the deep state funding for a very long time, over 15 years, about the mortgages and banking system. He's got it all mapped out in detail on NinosCorner.tv. If you're not on NinosCorner.tv, what are you doing with your life? What are you doing with yourself? So is it any surprise that the FBI is now launching an official criminal probe into New York AG 𝗬𝗂cia James, motherfucker, for mortgage fraud? I don't know. I think this is going to lead to many more names doing the same thing. I think this is the tip of the iceberg, folks. So there is a method to the madness, in my opinion. Now, Bondi. I'm willing to give her the benefit of the doubt. I'm not going to jump on the yet, not just yet, because I've been told this is surgical precision. It's going to take a little time. We're still in the rounds where you're working the jab, hitting the body a little bit, filling the opponent out. There's a lot of people on these tapes, man. There's a lot of victims on these tapes. There's a lot of victims, and you can't just throw everyone under the bus, right? God, could you imagine what they're seeing on these tapes? I don't even want to think about it. It makes me sick. Makes me sick. I would not want to see any of this. I really feel for anybody who has to watch these tapes. Really. I mean, I just pray that they're protected by the Holy Spirit, because this is damaging stuff. Damaging, disgusting, disturbing stuff. The cardinal electors of the Catholic Church elected an American on Thursday to serve as the new pope. Chicago-born Cardinal Robert, I guess you say Prevost, 69 years old, was elected and accepted his fate as the next Bishop of Rome, leader of the world's 1.4 billion Catholics. Prevost, the first pope ever from the United States, chose Leo. What is it? Leo. What is it, Alex? Leo the what? 𝗦𝗃. What is that? That's a 10, 15, 16.
14, I think, right?
14 or 6. Someone put it in the comments.
14, I think.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
I don't know my Roman numerology, you know. So after the white smoke brought an initial cheer, the crowd in St. Peter's Square erupted in applause again as it was announced that the Catholic Church, for the first time in its history, as a U.S. leader. This is so obvious to anyone that's paying attention. Obviously, they're going against Trump. They need somebody that the Catholics will listen to. David, don't you know he was chosen by God, Mr. David? Don't go against him. Pero he's chosen by God, okay? Mr. David, you don't go against him. He's chosen by God. He listens to God. You don't listen to God. Sancho does not listen to anybody. Anyway, so you better believe all the immigrants that want to come here are not going to have their own leader endorsing their actions. But we better stay. The Pope says we should stay. We should have borderless society. Besides, America was our country first. Orale. So the Pope Leo soon stepped onto the balcony to deliver his first public remarks as pontiff. Peace be with you, he said, as he began speaking to the gathered masses in Italian. Look, folks, I don't believe in a mediator. I have God in my heart. I don't need to listen to anybody. I even had a problem when I was in 3rd grade, and I went to confession, and this is a true story. I said, you tell me your sins first, Father, because I know it outdoes mine. I'm only in 3rd grade. Yeah, to make a long story short, I went to the principal's office after that. And I got expelled. No, I got suspended. I got suspended for 3 days. Yeah, and I was 3rd grade. I was already getting in trouble at that age. Yep, that's my life. Overall, he's considered a centrist, but on many social issues, he's been a progressive, embracing marginalized groups like Francis, who champion migrants and the poor. Let me say that again. Who championed migrants and the poor. See what's coming? See what's coming? But 𝗵𝗶𝗶 opposes ordaining women as deacons, for instance, so he's seen as a conservative on church doctrine. But what are we in the battle with right now? Immigrants. And what does this guy represent? Immigrants. See what they're doing here? That's easy to see. So, tear down your walls, Vatican. That's what I say. You do it first. You let them all come in. Give them sleeping bags. Practice what you preach. Give all the immigrants sleeping bags. Feed them. You have a lot of money at the Vatican. Feed them. Put up tents all around there and, I don't know, feed the migrants. That's what you should do. Once you start doing it, maybe we'll think about it, but probably not. New Pope Leo spent years retweeting criticism of Trump policies. By the way, folks, we are going to take call-ins today. We'll take a few, not many. We'll take just a few. Alex will put a link up there at any moment now, and we'll take in call-ins at the end of the show. Newly elected Pope Leo spent years amplifying criticism of President Trump's policies on social media, with the Catholic Church's first American leader taking particular aim at the Republicans' hardline immigration stances. So Leo, until Thursday known as Robert Francis 𝗵𝗶𝗶, 69, shared or retweeted the opinions of colleagues using his verified account, 𝗬𝗏 on X, formerly known as Twitter. His final X post before being elected by the conclave in the Sistine Chapel was a retweet of a message from Philadelphia-based Catholic commentator 𝗀𝗂𝗶𝗹, who on April 14 slammed Trump's partnership with El Salvador's president on the deportation of illegal immigrants. So here we go. And he's from America, so he's going to relate to a lot of people, folks. This was a brilliant move. I was expecting a black guy. I was expecting an Asian. I don't know. That's what I was expecting. But that was if you think about it, that's very surface level. It's very surface level. Of course it'd be a white guy from America. They're very cunning. They're very clever, these people. Yeah, I know. They're expecting a black man or an Asian. But give him Robert Francis. Give them Robert Francis. Yes. Release the white smoke. So Pam Bondi was covertly recorded on April 28th, revealing previously undisclosed information about Epstein regarding turning tens of thousands of videos of little kids to a complete stranger in a D.C. restaurant. Yesterday, the AG made an almost identical statement publicly after O'Keefe Media provided a quote on what she said in a request for comment. Undercover footage submitted to OMG reveals U.S. Attorney General Pam Bondi privately admitting that the FBI is sitting on tens and thousands of videos related to Jeffrey Epstein, many of which reportedly involve children. The revelation was made in a casual conversation on April 28th at a D.C. restaurant, just 9 days before Bondi made an almost identical claim publicly during a press gaggle. The brief exchange took place during a chance encounter between Bondi and the concerned citizen, which approached her and asked, "Do you know when the Epstein files are going to be released?" Bondi responded without hesitation, stating, "We hope soon." When pressed for a concrete timeline, she added, "No, you know what it is? There are tens of thousands of videos, and it's all with little kids," revealing more about the scope of the Epstein investigation to a stranger than she has ever acknowledged in public forum. So yeah, this would take some time. Now, Bondi went on to underscore the severity of the material, saying that's why the Department of Justice, have been working. People don't understand, but that's what they've been working on and going through, deflecting public pressure as an outcry for transparency rooted in ignorance of the case complexity and disturbing content. After receiving the footage, oh my gosh, OMG contacted Bondi's office on May 1st to fulfill our due diligence in reporting and request comment, providing direct quotes from the recording. No formal response was provided. Days later, on May 7th, 2025, Bondi stood before cameras and echoed her private remarks nearly word for word in a damage control effort, stating, "There are tens and thousands of videos of Epstein with children or child you know what, and there are hundreds of victims, and no one victim will ever get released." OMG had again requested comment from both Bondi and the Department of Justice, but nothing, nada. So, okay, that would make sense why it's taking so long, right? But if you listen to Alex Jones today, and I guess he was stating James O'Keefe, he's pretty nervous. James O'Keefe is pretty damn nervous. And he's scared for his safety, and Alex Jones says he has every right to be. So, I don't know. Let's wait to find out what that is. I guess, can you trust Pam Bondi? Can you not? I'm going to bring Juan on today. You guys want to see Juan on @Nino'sCorner.tv? Give me a thumbs up if you do. I'll bring him on today. We'll talk about Pam Bondi. We'll talk about India and Pakistan, and I'll keep delivering it, folks. I know you don't like when I interject too much, but I'm going to just put his feet to the fire. Let's talk about Pam Bondi. Let's talk about Kash Patel. Let's talk about these things. So we'll get into that today on @Nino'sCorner.tv. Can she be trusted? We'll find out. We'll at least hear Juanito's side. From my understanding, this is an operation, as it always has been. FBI launches criminal probe into New York AG 𝗬𝗂 James, motherfucker, for mortgage fraud. The FBI has opened a criminal investigation into mortgage fraud allegations against New York Attorney General 𝗬𝗂 James. Oh, yeah. Who President Donald Trump publicly targeted because she pursued legal action against him. Publicly targeted because she pursued legal action against him. That's what they want you to believe. That's what they're telling you here. Nah. You're as corrupt as all of them. That's why they're going after you, 𝗬𝗂. Oh, boy. And she's totally fucking malfunctioning, isn't she? She's going nuts. She's getting crazy. She's going absolutely ballistic. But if you've seen Sean Taylor on @Nino'sCorner.tv, you know Sean Taylor, the detective, the chief of police, former chief of police, who's been doing this for 15 years, saying mortgages are the way they're doing it. banks and mortgages. And she's just the first domino. She's the tip of the iceberg. This is going to lead to a bigger investigation and more names. And I really do hope Sean Taylor is being listened to. You hear me, Cass? Sean Taylor's your man, homie. Patel tells Congress he believes Jesse Epstein died by self-deleting. Really? Because I don't. But then again, I already lost a steak dinner to Kash Patel, so maybe he did. I don't know. I'm not willing to bet him another fucking steak dinner, that's for sure. FBI Director Kash Patel testified before Congress on Thursday, stating he does not believe Jeffrey Epstein was. During a Senate Appropriations Committee meeting, Senator John Kennedy, Republican Louisiana, questioned Patel about a range of topics, including Epstein's death. Did Jeffrey Epstein hang himself, or did somebody kill him? Kennedy asked. Patel responded, Senator, I believe he hung himself in a cell in the Metropolitan Detention Center. Kennedy pressed further, asking, are you going to release all of the information about that? Senator, we are working on that right now with the Department of Justice, Patel replied. Epstein died of apparent self-deleting in his federal cell in New York City in August 2019 while awaiting trial. Now, I don't think he did, right? I mean, I think most of us believe the same thing. It's kind of like, I don't know. I think we all have our suspicions, but I don't think I already lost once to Cash, so I'm not willing to bet another dinner because fuck, he's going to break me. Trump's acting FEMA chief, Cameron Hamilton, escorted out of HQ one day after defying plan to abolish the agency during congressional hearing. Acting FEMA Administrator Cameron Hamilton was abruptly removed from his post Thursday, just one day after publicly opposing the administration's push to abolish the Federal Emergency Management Agency. Hamilton, a proud Trump supporter and former Navy SEAL who led FEMA since January, was reportedly escorted out of the agency headquarters after clashing with Trump and the Department of Homeland Security, Kristi L. Noem's vision to dismantle FEMA, according to sources cited by CNN. So, you obviously know why they want to dismantle FEMA. I can't get into it here on FluffTube, but we all know why that's an objective. Too bad this guy doesn't. He's a Navy SEAL. Get the fuck out of here. All right. Just to put something in perspective, Trump has been stopped by the courts more than 200 times already. So remember I said I don't want to see him come in conventionally. I think he needs to come in and clean house, but there's civil unrest, civil war potentially, and they did it this way. They know best, right? But lawfare is a real thing, and he's been stopped already 200 times. 200 times. President Donald Trump's expansive use of executive power faced at least 328 lawsuits on May 1st, with judges halting his policies far more often than they allowed them. Courts entered more than 200 orders stopping the administration's actions in 128 cases, with judges sometimes ruling at multiple stages of the legal fights. Judges had allowed contested policies to go ahead in 43 cases and hadn't ruled out in more than 140 others. Most cases are in the early stages, but now ones are being filed daily. I know some of you in public right now and you have to turn down the volume. I get it. I understand. I get it. I'm not going to say no. But maybe some of you are wearing AirPods. I don't know. Some of you might be wearing the AirPods. Some of you might have a headset on. I don't know. I don't know how you listen to the Nino. Some of you, I'm like your alter ego. You just know. I say the shit you think. Yeah. I say all the crazy shit you really think in your head, but you're too scared to say it to other people. I just say it. I just say it. I don't care. All right. Why China is in no rush to seek a U.S. trade deal. 34 days into the opening salvo of global trade war hostilities, and the U.S. has yet to sign any of the 90 deals in 90 days it promised. One possible explanation of the glacial pace at which negotiations with China are proceeding, if they are proceeding at all, is China's confidence that it can find other export and markets alongside its apparent ability to get around trade barriers. Chinese customs data highlighted Monday by Robin Brooks of the Brookings Institution revealed a significant acceleration of Chinese exports to Vietnam and Thailand that most analysts would position are an actual transshipments to the U.S. since. So they're using China, or China's using, the way I'm taking this, China's using Vietnam and Thailand to circumvent here. Since the start of the year, both countries' imports from China are more than 50% higher. If China can still ship, albeit indirectly, in the process incurring higher costs to the U.S., then its lethargy in sending a negotiating team to Washington is understandable. Right? Huh. Well, there you go. That makes a lot of sense. There's always a way around it. Without very, very sneaky. It makes sense to me, folks. I don't know. It makes a lot of sense. Laura Loomer's in the news. Trump has hired me more than 4 times, but his staff defy his authority. You don't think he's telling them, really? Like, hey, don't hire her. I mean, he has the word. He has the final word. I'm sure they're like, sir, Laura Loomer's back again. What do we do with her? Fuck shit. Just tell her to go get some coffee sandwich and just disappear. I don't know. Something like that to me is going on. Look, I've literally been hired by Donald Trump 4 times, okay? 4 times the president has hired me on different occasions to work for him, to do vetting and do research. And for some reason, I am not working in the White House or working for the president of the United States, despite his directions to his staff to hire me. Because, well, his staff do not listen to him. His staff defy his authority. So she's blaming his staff for defying his authority. To me, it's common sense. Like, don't you think they're like, sir, Laura Loomer is back again. What do we do? I mean, I don't know. It's kind of like, you know, like when you're dating a chick and you're like, yeah, let's go out, and you keep fucking dissing her. That's how I see this. I don't know. But maybe they are defying his authority. I don't know. They've done it before. So maybe she's right. I don't know. I don't see it that way. But hey, I just say whatever the fuck's on my mind. Let's get to some RFK news. RFK's news. RFK Jr.'s former running mate Nicholas Shanahan says something strange is happening behind the scenes. She claims she was promised that if she supported RFK Jr. for a Senate confirmation, certain people wouldn't be placed in roles at HHS, but they were. Now she's questioning whether RFK Jr. lied or is being controlled by someone other than Trump. Shanahan even describes these people as artificial and aggressive, suggesting they seem more like trained assets than public servants. What's your all's thoughts on RFK? Give me your thoughts in there. I think he's trying his best. I think once they get in office and they realize just how corrupt everything is, their lives get threatened 1,000 times over. I mean, yeah, that can stall a process. But I like RFK now. I'm bored with RFK. I think he's doing his best, man. I was a very big critic of him in the beginning, and I'm sure if you saw my videos, he probably hates my guts. You will either like me or hate me, cabron. All right, Bill Gates goes nuclear on Elon Musk. The world's richest man is killing the world's poorest children, he says. Really? Talk about the pot calling the kettle black. Wow. You have the balls and the audacity to say that shit? Wow. Microsoft founder Bill Gates didn't mince words in his evaluation of Elon Musk's role in government, fuming that the world's richest man was killing the world's poorest children. Speaking with the Financial Times, Gates expressed his disgust with Musk's role and shuttering the U.S. Agency for International Development, USAID. Oh, God. Like we take anything you say serious, Mr. Gates, okay? Go back to playing with some mosquitoes. Go back to playing with the mosquitoes. Genetically altering the mosquitoes. You fuck. I'm not going to even read the rest of it. That's all you need to know. Border news. CBP seizes $184,000 from a Mexican man and woman trying to leave the U.S. in a Fiat. El Paso, Texas, border officers say they seized $184,000 in cash from a man and a woman heading to the Mexico border in a vehicle over the Brownsville and Matamoros International Bridge. This May 2nd seizure took place as the customers and border protection officers checking cars leaving the U.S. selected the 2022 Fiat for an in-depth inspection. What they found was a lot of monies. Officers combed over the Fiat and found packages hidden in the vehicle with $148,610 in U.S. currency. See, this kind of makes me mad because, like, all right, I don't know. Yeah, it's a lot of cash, but I mean, it's still not it's not for them to decide what you're going to use that money on. I think you should be allowed to carry as much fucking cash as you want. Sorry. So the CBP said it's not illegal to carry $10,000 or more in cash, but it's a federal offense not to declare it upon entry or exit from the United States. So you got to declare it. This is governed by a regulation put in place to prevent money laundering, tax evasion, and the funding of terrorism, among others. Penalties include up to 5 years in prison. I mean, I'd be scared to declare it. You know, like if you don't know what they're going to be like. Oh, well, we got to take it. You know, I'd be fucking scared too to declare. I don't know how I feel about this. What do you all think? Put it in there. Put it in there. Put it in there. World War III news. You like that? World War III news. Pakistan vows retaliation against India. Oh, airstrikes follow Kashmir attack. Pakistan said the assault by India has killed over 31 people. India blames its neighbor and rival for a terrorist attack in the disputed region of Kashmir last month. Oh, that killed almost 26 people. All right. Well, we know India launched missiles at neighbor and rival Pakistan on Wednesday, dramatically escalating tensions between the nuclear powers and what Pakistan called an act of war. Pakistan's armed forces have been authorized to take corresponding actions following the strikes. Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif's office said today. The strikes took place 2 weeks after a terrorist attack killed 26 people, most of them tourists, in the Indian part of Kashmir, a disputed Himalayan region that both India and Pakistan claim in its entirety. India blames Pakistan for the attack, which Pakistan denies. Pakistan said 31 people were killed and 57 others were injured in strikes on 6 sites, as well as firing along. I mean, where's this going to go? Both nuclear. They both have nuclear capabilities. Wow.
Joining us now, foreign policy.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, so they're going at it. I don't know, folks. I don't know how to even take this. So nuclear war could break out anytime, they're saying. Warns Pakistan defense boss. Okay, the Pakistan defense boss warns after India airstrikes and nations sit on the brink of nuclear war. So they're really expecting this to go to that next level. Oh, boy. Nuclear war could break out at any time. If India continues strikes, Pakistan defense chief has warned as his country teeters on the brink of conflict with India. Defense Minister, oh boy, 𝗀𝗃𝗃 gave the stark warning in an interview with Pakistan TV channel Geo News as tensions between the two nuclear powers continue to reach a boiling point. The minister said if India, impose an all-out war on the region, if such dangers arise, in which they're in a standoff, then at any time we can expect a nuclear war to break out. Man. Getting real. It's almost like, they really, really want this war to kick off. And I look at this as the men behind the curtain controlling everything. Elon Musk, Bill Gates, Mark Zuckerberg, and Sam Altman all agree. The days of smartphones are numbered, folks. Yep, you're not going to be using smartphones anymore. What's next? I'm telling you, this is all going to the chip. It's all going to the chip. It's all going to the chip. And that's it. Just like 2020 when everyone went out and got this because they were peer pressured into it. You're not going to be able to live unless you live underground in a secret society in the sewer. You're not going to be able to live without this chip. It's going to be a thing that, oh, wow, do you know what? Do you know that you could just blink your eyes twice and you could see numbers and call somebody or telepathically contact somebody? You know what I think this is, in my opinion? I think all of this is alien technology, okay? Just hear me out for a second. Trapping us into this artificial matrix. They win. So if you look back on like the presidents that allegedly signed these agreements with aliens or entities or the fallen angels, whatever, stating like, okay, you could take some people, but we give us some technology. And the aliens are like, oh, that's a win-win for us. Sure, we're going to trap you anyway. They're giving us all, if you look at your cell phone right now, what you're watching me on, that's all alien technology. What, you really think Musk and Bezos and all them are developing this? Nah, it's all getting handed down to them. It's all getting handed down to them from higher ups. Elon Musk, always at the forefront of the innovation with companies like Neuralink, predicts a future where smartphones are obsolete. Instead, he envisions brain-computer interfaces that would allow users to control devices with their thoughts. There you go. How many of you look at your phone already and like, wow, that ad just popped up? I was thinking about that. There's times where I'm not even near my phone and I'll think of something and boom, there it is on the phone. How does that happen? I don't know. Energy imprints, light imprints. That just, when you're thinking of somebody and they call you, your phone works the same way. This is all alien fucking technology, I'm telling you. And that's how they're trapping us into this fucking system. FBI adds $10,000 reward to arrest anybody responsible for hundreds of laser strikes on planes in Washington. The FBI is now offering a reward of up to $10,000 for information leading to the arrest of the people responsible for hundreds of laser strikes on aircraft reported in Washington state since March last year. There were 438 reports of laser strikes since March, according to the Federal Bureau of Investigation. It's a dramatic increase of laser incidents that have illuminated the cockpits of planes flying through SEA Airport and the Spokane International Airport. That's crazy. I would imagine it's probably, I would, if I had to guess, it's kids maybe, or just I guess it could be a derelict. Anybody under the age of 25, over the age of 25 doing this, you're a loser. Okay, get a life. Salt Lake City adopts 3 new flags that bypass new flag state law. So, leaders of Utah's capital city voted to add 3 new city flags, all incorporating designs not allowed through the new state, to sidestep the measure hours before it goes into law. Salt Lake City Mayor Aaron Mendenhall unveiled 3 new city flags designed to members of the Salt Lake City Council. So what are these flags? Tuesday evening, as she explained how the city plans to move forward in the wake of HB 77 on the eve of the bill becoming law, the new flags would add the Sego Lily logo from Salt Lake City's city flag to the Juneteenth Progress Pride flags. All 3 flags were not included in the list of flags approved to be flown outside of the government or in schools. So this is the shit you're going to see just flying around at your schools. They're hell-bent on this, aren't they? Jeez. They're stopping at nothing. They want their agenda out there. They need it. They need this agenda. They need everyone on board, folks. All right, Amazon unveils high-tech robots that could replace huge numbers of warehouse workers. So now, not only do we have driverless cab drivers, Waymo cabs, driverless cars, driverless trucks now that's going to be transporting all the goods, driverless trucks, so those jobs are gone. Now, if you thought, well, you know, they need me to work at the warehouse, no, they don't. Better go looking for a fucking another job, Stiffy. So, online giant Amazon has unveiled new high-tech robots with the potential to replace huge numbers of warehouse workers. You better believe this is probably coming in the next 6 months. So if you work at a fulfillment station or fulfillment warehouse in Amazon, say goodbye. Say goodbye. It's probably going to be happening in the next, 6 months, I would imagine. The first time you see one of these fuckers roll into your warehouse, kiss your ass goodbye. The machines called Vulcan have cutting-edge technology that learn to feel and have a human-like sense of touch. By doing so, they can carry out detailed picking and packing in a warehouse that until now could only be done by people. It paves the way for the robots to take over jobs currently done by workers in Amazon's vast warehouses, known as fulfillment centers. In the UK and around the world, Amazon, founded by billionaire Jeff Bezos, employs around 75,000 people that he won't have to employ anymore. That's done. Yeah. See, folks, I talk to people like, oh, this is a great thing. This is going to help humanity. What the fuck are people going to do with their lives? If you're not working, what are you doing? Well, it'll provide me time, a luxury to be around my wife and kids. Maybe that's why men need to work. Just saying. What are you going to do with your time? Well, I can smoke weed and watch my favorite TV shows. You'll be useless. People need to work. Everybody needs to work. You got to have purpose in your life. Well, I'll be able to cut my grass and trim my plants. How long can you do that shit for? If you don't have a job you're going to. Everyone needs to work. Sorry. It's the way I see it. Well, I'll be able to play my instruments and do this and that. Nah. That only goes so far. It's only for a little bit of time. What are you going to do? Besides, AI is taking over music. AI is taking over everything. Everything is taking over. All right, folks. Let's get to what the fuck news. I got a what the fuck news doubleheader. And what the fuck news in what the fuck news. Wow. Statues of random fat black women are popping up worldwide. So if they're fat black women, so what are those called? Because a fat black Mexican is a torta. Then what is a black woman? So, a new statue in Times Square is named Grounded in the Stars. The purpose of it, according to its creator, Thomas J. Price, is to be a stark contrast to two statues in Duffy Square of Father Francis Duffy and George M. Cohen, and a way of disrupting traditional ideas of what a triumphant figure is. Yeah, there they are, folks. There you go. These videos are just popping up everywhere. I mean, these statues are just popping up in different cities. In a culture that increasingly encourages a faster pace, Grounded in the Stars is an introspective meditation of humanity. The artist's website states, claiming the statue should instigate meaningful connections and bind into an emotional state that allow the deeper reflection around the human condition and greater cultural diversity. The Roosevelt and whatever happened to demanding more from society. Do you ever see Victoria's Secret now? Do you go into Victoria's Secret and the models are all fat and huge and there's these fat mannequins? It's like, I don't want to see that. Nobody wants to be reminded of that. So these are popping up all over the cities, and I don't think they're going anywhere. So they're moving straight forward with this agenda, whether you like it or not, to the point they're putting statues up everywhere. My question is, why an overweight black woman. Why is that? Why? Oh, boy. Alligator kills woman. So remember, it's a doubleheader today, folks. It's a doubleheader. Alligator kills woman in Florida after tipping over her canoe. This is crazy. An alligator killed a Florida woman after tipping over her canoe. She and her husband were paddling in what investigators had say appeared to be an accidental encounter. The attack happened on Thursday afternoon near the mouth of Tiger Creek in the Lake Kissimmee, south of Orlando. The Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation Commission said it is near the location of March alligator attack in which a woman was bitten on the elbow while kayaking. Maybe you shouldn't be kayaking or canoeing. I don't know. I don't think you should be doing that in the ocean or in, alligator-infested waters. Investigators said at a news conference on Wednesday that the couple was canoeing in about 2.5 feet of water. Man, that's nothing. When they came upon a large alligator, the startled animal thrashed suddenly, tipping over the canoe and sending them both into the water. Damn. It sounds like the canoe drifted over on top of the alligator. The alligator was startled, says Roger Young. Witnesses told investigators that the husband tried to fight off the animal but was unsuccessful. FWC officials identified the victim as 61-year-old Cynthia. What a horrible way to die, man. 𝗀𝗂𝗍 of Davenport, Florida. It was not clear if her husband was injured. So the alligator measured 11 feet long. Jeez, that was suspected of being the animal involved of the investigation caught on another large. So they're out there hunting these alligators that should be responsible for the attack, officials said. So they're just rounding up alligators. I don't know. How about you don't go into their waters? I don't know. That would make more sense to me. I don't know, folks. That's why I don't surf. That's why I don't, I'm getting older. I don't risk a lot anymore. I've seen a lot of shit happen. A lot of shit has happened to me. I don't have many hall passes left. I get what? I probably used like 4 or 5 of my hall passes already, literally. All right, so we're going to take some call-ins, folks. Let's take the first one here. Pierre the Cure, is that how you say it?
Yeah, Pierre the Cure.
Pierre the Cure. How's it going?
Good. How you doing, Nino?
Pretty good. Just another day.
Right.
Day.
So I was thinking about the new Pope being put in. I don't know how you feel about it, but I was pretty interesting to see that the most expensive RV is the last name of the Pope, and RV means revaluation. So I don't know how you think, but that looks like a calm to me.
Interesting. I never knew about that. Yeah. Well, thank you. Yeah. Yeah, no, I like when people bring something new here, so that's good. Yeah, I'll look into that. Let all the Nino Knights look into that. That's interesting. Very interesting.
Yeah, and my prayers for you and your mom and dad. I hope they're doing real well.
Dude, man, I just try to get on here and just bust these out, and it's like it's a nightmare. It's a fucking nightmare. It's like a plane going down, dude, 1,000 miles an hour, and I'm just trying to save it.
We went through that with my grandfather. My grandfather was 102, and we and it was ever since he took the
I know.
Well, he didn't take the jab, but he took the
right.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah, so he took that, and then he went downhill after that. So
yeah, I know what you're saying, man. It's tough. It's really tough, dude. It's my parents too, but it's like I'm trying to land the plane gracefully as I can, but it's cruel, and it's really hard to watch. This is like the decline is fast.
Yeah. So, all right. Well, brother, thank you for taking my call. I hope everything goes well for you.
God bless you, man. Thank you. Thank you. Alex. Only one call?
Only one call in today, Nino.
All right. Well, you know that we have to edit that out, that little part right there. Are you able to do it?
Yeah, I can take a couple of those seconds out. Yeah, no problem.
Yeah.
We do have a couple of super chats.
All right, let's check out the super chats. One call today? Really? That's crazy. Beverly Adams, thank you so much. Appreciate you. Thank you so much, Beverly. Super sticker. Michelle Christian's Mother's Day Flower Fund and XL Coffee for you. God bless you. Thank you so much. I really appreciate anybody that helps me out right now and even comes on my show, watches my show. Thank you. You all help me more than I'm helping you, by the way. Susan Shat, thanks for everything. Hugs. Thank you. Hug you back. Thank you so much, Susan.
Thank you so much, Susan.
Tillis News will go nicely with GOP documentary. Tillis News. What? And why is that just going right by me? Do you know what she's talking about?
No, I don't know. I'm not sure.
Oh, all right. Thank you. I'll try to. Thank you.
We do have another caller back here, Donna.
Donna. Oh, Donna Pfluger, General's Tent subscriber. Yeah, bring her on.
Hi.
All right, Donna, be careful with what you have to say here.
I will. Hey, I just want to say thank you to the whole Black Sheep family. Lots
You're
of
growing your hair
prayers.
back.
Yeah, this is mine.
It kind of looks like Billy Idol.
I know.
You should leave it like that.
I got to see him in an almost private concert with only 2,500 people one time.
Really?
Yeah.
Is that-
It was pretty
well,
cool.
I mean, I'm telling you should leave it like that. Maybe dye it purple and fucking, I don't know. Look like a
Anyway,
liberal.
Yeah, I just want to wish all the moms out there happy Mother's Day, including your mom.
Thank you.
Yesterday I was on the oncology side of the hospital, and my mom was on the surgery side. She had a
Wow.
double surgery
How old's
yesterday.
your mom?
She's 84. She'll be 85. Her birthday's just after yours, September 23rd.
Wow.
And
Okay.
but she had a hiatal hernia that was also pressing on her heart, so she had to have a cardiologist involved. And then she had a cyst removed from her ovaries. So
Oh.
Initial blood work looks good because they can pick up stuff on blood work, and her blood work was good. And then I know you got the word my CA19-9 cancer marker that should be 35. It had skyrocketed up to 641.
Damn. Yeah.
And then I got on a new targeted chemo for a BRAF positive gene mutation. And it was the first treatment was pretty brutal. And now I do weekly half doses, and my number went down over 400 points to 216. I just found out yesterday. So,
well, God bless you. I haven't seen you at the general tent.
Well, I still got it fouled up where I'm not getting the notification, but I'll fix it.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know why, but
well, I'll tell the guy. I'll tell the tech guy.
We'll call it chemo brain because there's a lot of things that aren't I'm not firing on all pistons.
You got to check your email. Check spam too.
Yeah. Well, yeah, and I switched it to Brooks' email. And
that's what it is.
Now maybe I'll switch it back. Because for some reason they thought it was on the Gmail side, my side of that thing. Okay,
but you talk to customer support.
Yeah, they're really good, and a lot of times
you're gonna want to be at these next two general tents. I got the Mason coming on, William, and I got Leo Zagami.
And then plus I kind of went through a rough patch, so I've been kind of missing in action for a while, but I feel like so much better now.
Well, I love you, Donna, and we missed you at the General's tent. And
thanks.
Thank you so much for letting me know but you are feeling better, right?
Yeah, I am. I'm feeling.
Hey, try some of that. I don't know if you've tried that methylene blue. I don't want to talk about it much on here.
Yeah, I've thought about it, but I haven't added to it. Oh, and look in the background. That's my new baby.
Oh my gosh, it's cute.
She came with the name Biscuit. And I was petting her belly the other day, and I realized she has a heart-shaped stripe pattern on her belly.
Oh my gosh, that's awesome.
I'll have.
I gotta tell you, me being a dog guy and now being a cat owner, it's a whole different life. It's different. It's like they tell you what to do. Like they're not. Yeah, and he like plays ninja around my house all day, and I just watch him. And I'm like, it's just awesome, man. They're cool. They're way cooler than I thought they were.
She's going to be huge because she's a Maine Coon cat.
A Maine Coon cat.
Yeah,
wow.
You'll have to look them up. It's spelled like
Well,
the
you know
word.
that Ron Partain has those. What are those? Those leopard cats.
Oh yeah,
I want to get some of those. I would like to get one of those. I can't believe I'm becoming a cat guy. What the hell?
Oh well, I'll tell you what. I told my oncologist about Biscuit, that she came with the name Biscuit, but I can whistle. I go like this, and she runs down the hall like a dog to me. Yeah, it's so cool.
They're awesome. People don't know how cool cats are, man.
Yeah, but I told my oncologist. He said bring her in because we have therapy dogs that come in on the infusion floor, and it's really cool. And I said she's not quite there yet because she's kind of skittish outside our home because she's a kitten even though she's big. But anyway, I want her to be my emotional support cat, and then she can go on vacation with us.
Well done. I got to jump to the next caller. I love you, sweetie.
Okay.
All right, I'll see you.
Hey, thanks. Yeah,
it. Oh, well,
Yeah.
God bless you, Donna.
Yeah, thanks for all the prayers. I love you guys.
Love you too, sweetie. All right, let's get to core unit.
Brother Nino, how you doing this morning? All
Pretty
things
good,
considered.
Core. How are you?
I'm quite well. Brother, you actually inspired me to write my own book.
Good.
It's been a slow burn process, for sure.
Are you writing it on a laptop or a phone, or how you doing it?
Laptop.
Okay, yeah, I did it on my phone. Everything I do is fucking ass backwards, but yeah, I seriously had like tendonitis in my thumb.
Good grief, man. Hey,
So,
if it's stupid but it works, then it's not stupid, right?
I mean, this is dude. I looked at it as like training camp. I secluded myself. I was in Mexico, in Laredo, New Mexico, just pounding it out. I was on the beach, and just stayed at some millionaire's house. He let me stay there in a mansion, and I just lived on the beach and just did the book, man. I did it in a month.
Dude, that's amazing. That is so inspiring. I've got big plans. Whether they actually come to fruition or not is another thing, but for sure.
Just do it, bro. Just do it. You got to just do it. Just do it.
Exactly.
Like the Nike thing. Yeah, you don't know until you do it, and you just got to put your energy and focus into that. And God bless you, and good luck, dude. I mean, you don't know until you try, bro. You got to go for that. You got to swing for the fences.
God bless you, sir.
God bless you, Core. Thank you. All right, Chantel.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi, you remember me? Well,
Well, you've been on here before.
yeah, I didn't expect you to say yes right away, but I was wondering how you get on the general's tent. Like,
you go to the ninoscorner.tv, and it's easier just to call the 800 number on there. It's like 855. It's on the and it's a great community, man. I'll tell you that right now. We all talk. We usually goes longer than an hour. It goes about an hour and a half. So people get to talk with 𝗀𝗨 or whatever guest I have. We all talk back and forth. And I try to keep the questions moving pretty quick. But yeah, it usually lasts about an hour and a half. And it's fun. And it's just a community. It's our own community. And people just jump on and listen. Some people like to get on and conversate. So the General's Tent is like our own private black sheep community. That's what it is.
That's for me.
Yeah, get on there. It's cool. Just call that 855 number. It's on there on the
Yeah, I'm already.
I don't know, Alex, do you have it? Can you show it on the screen maybe, Alex?
I'm already a member of yours, so
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just upgrade. It's easy.
Yeah. You know 𝗬𝗂𝗂𝗍𝗶𝗹?
Yeah, I had him. That he's going to be the general in June.
Right. That's the one I'd like to be on because I have a few questions for him.
I had a private conversation with him, and I said, man, will you talk about this stuff on the General's Tent? He said he would. So and we're talking about like jarring stuff, man. But he's so knowledgeable. That guy's very, very knowledgeable. He's a wealth of knowledge, man. Great guy to talk to.
I wonder sometimes, though, like, if everything is on it,
I can only just bring the guests, I can only do so much vetting. Some people are completely full of shit, and I know that, but I let my audience figure that out for themselves. Who am I?
But you know what? I'm a Virgo like you, and I question just about everything, and people, they don't like that about me, but
It's healthy.
this is the way I am, and I usually, like it's like I'm questioning even the things people are gung-ho on.
I'm questioning my own reality. Okay, I question whether the Earth is round or flat now. Like I don't know. I don't know anymore. I can honestly say I don't know. But anyway,
Well,
Chantel, let me jump on to the next caller, sweetheart. I'll see you at the General's tent, I guess.
well, I hope so. And
But don't miss this month's General tent with William, the 33rd degree Mason. That's the one. Damn,
oh yeah,
that's
that
gonna
guy
be
with the
very
beard
powerful.
there.
Yes.
All
Boy,
right.
he knows a lot of stuff.
Yeah. All right. Thanks for having me.
You got it, sweetheart. All right, Anna.
I have a question for you.
All
And
right.
let me explain the situation. And it's got to do with the QFS system that we might be getting sometime soon. And let me explain it to you. I have a friend of mine that inherited a business in Papua New Guinea. So he went over there and he, did the business and so forth. And he started bringing money into his bank. Well, he came back to the United States and JP Morgan accused him of money laundering. Okay. And before he had gone overseas to take care of the business that he inherited, he had paid into this company owned mostly by BlackRock. And it was a company that, I know, they're all terrible, that takes your data offline because he makes a lot of good money.
Takes your data offline so you're not
scammed.
Right.
Scammed Right. So he came back to the United States and the bank closed his account. Okay. He sued him. He won $1 million.
Wow.
But he went back to get his debit card to start using the money that's in his bank. And they would not give it to him because his data's offline because of the BlackRock. And BlackRock twice.
So they gave him that he won the lawsuit, but they're not letting him access his account?
Exactly. And this has been going on for 5 years. 5 years. And so all this money keeps dropping into his account. And he's probably got millions in his bank account. He's living like a illegal immigrant.
They do that?
I don't know.
How is that even legal?
I don't know. But Nino, I wanted to tell you, it's every time he comes to this thing and he says they're gonna pay off the amount, this BlackRock company says, "Oh no, Biden has more tax fees. You have to pay off this tax fee." So he goes and borrows like thousands of dollars to pay off this fee. In fact, was it a year ago? I helped him pay off, like, it was almost $12,000, but it took us about a year because I'm not making a lot of money. And his friends are losing interest in helping him because he's been stuck in this place for 5 years. And we were about to get it free. His dad was going to get back online. And then they came and said, "You fucking owe another $24,000 because of Biden's taxes."
Oh man.
And so he's back in the hole again. But this time around, he was he got approached by an ex-FBI guy. And he said, "Oh yeah."
Yeah, I mean, that was my next question. Why doesn't he go to the FBI and report this thing?
Well, this FBI was just curious, what's going on, dude, And he said, "Oh, I had to go to get a lawyer to sue BlackRock or this company." He hasn't given me the name of the company, but it's owned.
Are you sure you're not the one getting scammed?
Yes, I am.
Okay.
And so he, anyways, the FBI said that he had to take his data offline because he was going undercover. And they actually had to go to court, and they finally got his data back online. But this has been going on way too long.
Yeah.
And I know, and my question is this, now you understand. When the QFS system does kick in gear, is he going to need to have his data back online for him to be ordered to gain access to his money?
I think so.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
I think so. From my understanding on how all this is going to work, I would imagine, yeah.
Because his government is still, the government information is
I
still
can ask
online.
somebody. You know what? I would ask someone. Let me think on who to ask about that. I'll bring someone on the show, to talk about that. Someone who's much more of a financial expert in the QFS.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people that are constantly reaching out to me to bring on my show about all of that stuff, the QFS
Yeah.
especially. So
Have-
I'll get that. So I'll
have you
get that
ever
out and I'll put
heard
it.
Have you ever heard of Dr. Scott Young?
Yes.
He's okay. He's really good on the QFS.
In fact, I think I have
system.
his contact, and I was supposed to bring him on a show. I believe.
Yeah.
In fact, I may have
His-
missed his last. Yeah, I know who he is.
Well, every time I've got on his show, I've tried to ask the question, and I can't get the whole scenario writ out in the little text.
Yeah,
you know, 'cause they
I'm
don't
kind
have
of,
prompt.
with this stuff, I don't like to give advice because nobody, no matter what they're saying, nobody knows. No, I promise you that. One thing I can promise you, nobody knows how this is going to roll out. If it does.
But I've also heard of prophetic words saying that BlackRock's coming down because they're evil in themselves.
Well, why? I mean, only
just
time will
curious.
tell, man. Only time's going to tell.
I
Look,
know.
I'm done with predicting shit because
I know.
it doesn't work.
Have you ever thought about getting in touch with prophetess Julie Green? She's always on target. She knows Bo Polney too.
Okay. Oh, she's the one that Bo always plays?
Yeah.
He always plays her on his
she's one
videos,
of
right?
She's one of them, but she is always on target. It's like, have you ever heard of Pastor Dave, is it Scarlett?
Yeah.
On His Glory TV.
His
On
Glory,
Wednesdays,
yes.
they always have this show, and they're like, she has given like prophetic words, and then he comes up like a couple days later and said, you know what, this actually happened 2 days ago, and it was like right before she prophesied it.
Wow.
It's just
I'll
like
look into
really
it. Let me
cool,
get to
but-
the next caller, Anna. Thank
right.
you. Thank you, sweetheart.
All right, thank you.
All right. Next, I think we have 2 more callers, right, Alex?
Yeah, we got how many more do you want to take?
Let's just do 2 more, bro.
2 more. All right.
It makes me kind of nervous. Scuba Steve.
Hey, Nino. How's it going, buddy?
Pretty good, man. How are you, Scuba Steve?
I'm doing great. Doing great. The thing is, are you still apprehensive about the Real ID Act and stuff?
I just know where it's going to lead, man. And I know this plan's been in motion for a long time. And I just kind of look at it, like I'm never, like Ian Went that came on my show, his name's Ian Went, said, I'm not a loyalist, I'm a patriot. And so am I. I'm not saying it's not a good thing to deal with the immigration because it's going to handle a lot of the immigration problems. I'm not against it, but where's it going to lead to? Well, what's the next step after that? So that's just where my mind goes with it.
Yeah, like I understand that, how everybody is apprehensive about it, but there's really no way around it because we as Americans, we're going to be the greatest place to be in the world, and we need to have the benefits. We're going to have to be able to prove that we are a citizen,
right?
And
but
it's
how they do that, how they implement that immigration, right? Bring all these people here, get us mad, get us frustrated, problem, reaction, solution, then get the reaction, and then hey, here's the solution, Real ID, just like the Patriot Act after 9/11.
Yeah.
The same type of equation, man. I don't know.
I think it's even going to be rolling along as technology advances. I think eventually we're going to be into retinal scan and other technologies and stuff.
Dude, when I go to the airport, they'll stand and take the picture. I say no. At the TSA, I'm always the only guy. I watch everyone in line sit there and take their picture. Oh, stand in front of the camera like sheep, every single one of them. I'm the only one that gets up there. I'm not doing it. And they don't say nothing. Oh, okay. You know what I mean? Like, it's amazing how the power of suggestion and authority, like people think TSA has authority. They have no authority. Okay? Yep. They don't have any authority unless you got some shit on you. But, I mean, you don't have to take the picture, man. No, sorry, I'm getting in a rant.
Yeah. Like our
be careful. Let's not even talk about that.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we won't go there.
Yeah.
Pam Bondi. Let's switch to Pam Bondi. Pam Bondi. I think what a lot of people don't understand is that it's taken a long time for the Epstein list to come up because they got to transcribe all. There's like thousands of hours. They can't like show the.
Jeez.
Oh, okay. Well,
this is why it's tough to do these call-ins, man.
yeah.
They
it's
did.
sorry.
YouTube sucks. It sucks.
Yeah.
But I know
okay,
they
well,
have to go through. Can you imagine who's the one combing through these videos? It's just imagine the guy that has to watch this, dude.
Yep.
It's tens and thousands of videos, tens and thousands.
Yeah, that's got to be a horrible task to deal with. But I understand everybody's upset with her because she does seem like kind of kind of lax in her responsibility because she makes stupid mistakes. She should be more professional and she should
Well, I think Trump puts these people in position because he can control them. So in other words, if she gets a call from Trump and Trump says, I want it like this, she's going to do it. She's not going to talk back to him. And that's why I believe he has so many women in position because Trump feels like he has some kind of authority over them or kind of has a controlling aspect over it. That's just my thoughts. And I
kind of agree.
He's smart like that.
Yeah.
So he wants someone in position more so that he can control, in my opinion, which is smart.
He's a business genius, and that's the other thing that frustrates me is everybody gets on him and he's such an asshole and stuff. Well, no, that's why I voted for him. I want a business smart asshole that's going to look out for the best interest of us. And and
you see how he was with Kerry, Mark Kerry or whatever, the Canadian Prime Minister. Yeah, he didn't even didn't even acknowledge the guy was there. It's just ridiculous.
Yeah, I love it. It's beautiful the way he handles himself. He's not a politician. That's why we got him. We needed to get away from the typical politician and get a business savvy, crude businessman to be ruthless and winning for the American people.
You got it.
And that's it. So
all right.
Anyway,
thank you, Alex. Alex, thank you so much for joining me, Alex. I'm going to cut it there. I got to go help my parents out. So that whoever the callers are in the background, guys, I'll get you next time. Love you, John. Targeted.
Oh, next time.
Amy, sorry. I'll get you guys next time. I promise you. I got to roll. Whoo! All right. You got some editing to do, Alex.
I'll edit that stuff out. Yeah.
All right, cool. All right. So, all right, folks. And with that, man, it's tough doing these call-ins, man. You never know. I got to watch my channel. Appreciate all of you. I'll see you Monday. We might do some shows Saturday and Sunday, me and Alex thinking about it. All right, folks. And the new heavyweight champion of podcasting and the black sheep of broadcasting, folks. See you.